Okay, here it is. We're unboxing this thing finally after 20 years. Sound effects on my daughters.
Coal Turbine.
Okay, there we go. Gotta get this out of here. It looks like the tender and the front unit, I guess. And there's one more in the box. This is just the tender. It's hard to convey just how heavy this thing is. It's all die-cast metal. It's unbelievable. Okay. Okay, this is the front unit. Now we gotta get the middle piece, which is the biggest. I believe 2 of these units get batteries because there's 2 motors in each one. Okay, this is the third unit. So this piece has 2 motors, and this piece has 2 motors, and the tender has the battery, which we're going to change. We're going to put a new battery in. So 4 motors, 55 inches, and that's all assembled. That's one engine. The really strange thing about this piece, it has these really delicate coupler, whatever you want to call it. It's like an extension of a circuit board. Between that and this little hook, I mean, this is like crazy fragile. Well, we'll see how it does. We've got to be careful with it. Okay, so we got it apart, and guess what? No battery. So much for MTH instructions. Okay, put it back. We'll try the next unit. All right, I'm assuming they're referring to this as the tender. This big long thing. So we're going to take this apart. See if the battery's in here. There's more Mike Train house quality. The thing the screw attaches to, instead of the screw coming loose, it just broke right off the damn cover. There it is. Isn't that lovely? I don't even know if I'm going to bother repairing it. And to top it all off, the battery's not even in here. Okay. I'm on to the third piece after I get this together. Okay, here's some more Mike Train house quality. These things that the screws attached to, instead of the screw coming loose, it twisted and broke it right off. Here's where it's supposed to go. They're apparently replaceable. They look like pegs that could go in there. Something could be made, I guess, but this is ridiculous. Brand new engine. That's really, really what you call Chinese quality. Okay. Okay, this is the last unit. If the battery ain't in here, I give up. I don't know where it is. This is the head unit. They claim it's in the tender. We'll see. It's obviously not in the tender. It better be in here. Okay, finally, here's the battery. It's in a nice little holder that was just bouncing around loose in here. So I'm going to figure out either where it goes or where we can tuck it after we put a new battery in. Here's the new battery. $280 milliampere hours. The original one, I think, is 120. So it's got a lot more juice, a lot more amperage. Okay, this tab was not bent over. I just bent it over and the whole piece almost fell off. This thing is just an unbelievably expensive piece of junk. It really is. All this garbage they put on here that don't even make sense. Like these things moving. I don't know who needs this. Look at this. Who needs that? It's never going to move while it's running. You don't even know it's there. These stupid louvers move, which is completely useless. And I have no idea where this battery holder is supposed to go. There is no place for it to mount. There's no place in the lid for it to mount. I probably just going to put the battery in and just stuff it in there. I thought this had something to do with it, but it don't. And that's that. This Chinese piece of junk that cost me 20 years ago, $1,000. It's hard to believe. This piece of garbage. Okay. All right, looks like this is the only possible place it can go. Just sit here like this. Maybe when the top is on, it holds it. I have no idea. All I know is I can't believe what a piece of junk this thing is. All right, let's continue. All right, it can't go there either, because then it covers up the mounting holes. So the only place we could sit it, unbelievable, is right here, next to the motor. Hard to believe. What a piece of junk. Okay. Incidentally, they don't tell you much about taking this apart. In fact, they don't tell you much about anything in that manual. So there are 2 screws over here, this one and this one, not the other side. These are smaller ones. You could tell right away the mounting screws are much bigger. And it's those 2 and the 2 on this end and 2 on the other end. So 6 screws. Okay. All right, so we finally found the battery. Now it's time to get this thing on the track and see if it runs, blows up, or what the heck it does. Okay. Yeah, so rather than all stupid stuff like this that makes no sense whatsoever, or stupid stuff like this, these moving grills that make no sense whatsoever, or these spinning fans that make no sense whatsoever, how about building some quality into the thing? Can't even see the fans. They're in there somewhere, but the damn things spin. But yet the thing is built like a piece of junk. So remove all this useless stuff that costs money and put the money into quality, right? So you have, when the screw mounts don't crack off, and you have a place to put the battery, and you got instructions that you could read and understand that weren't printed in China, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, now we're going to test out this piece of junk. This is amazing. They got these things marked front and rear, exactly the opposite of the terrible, terrible picture they show you on the operating manual. Okay, after more than a half an hour between trying to get the tether together and figuring out the clings and clangs, I think we got it running. We'll give it a shot. And it's going through a talking routine here and there. There it goes. You see sparkle. It hit the wire. All right, once again, I got it running. Yeah, already something happened. Unbelievable. Got a shorts light. All right, once again, maybe we'll get 2 loops out of it this time. Every time I need to run this, I have to go through a reset procedure, which don't sound right. That's a big sucker. Alright, now it's in neutral. We should get some sounds.
Further Richmond with dispatcher.
I don't know what that horrible whistling sound is supposed to be. You get random chatter.
Clear track, watching the shove.
Let's see if we can get it to run again. Get it out of neutral. A big engine, it's got some speed. We go again. What a piece of junk. Interesting, but a piece of junk. All right, I think that's it. All right, so yeah, she derailed again over there in the corner. I mean, there's really no reason for it. This is 072 track. It's brand new track. And it's a very, very finicky thing. This big, long thing, I think, has an issue because when it's coupled, it doesn't look like it's in line with the engine. So it may have an issue. I have no idea. I have to get into it. At least it works. I have to admit it does work. It's a very complicated board. A lot of manipulating of the throttle to get it to do what you need it to do. Programming, it's quite complex for such an early piece. Interesting piece. The tether has to be dealt with. It's ridiculous. It's like trying to plug two circuit boards into each other. So I think eventually it's going to go to a little, it's only 4 pins. We're going to put a 4-pin plug in there and get rid of that stupid thing. And that's about it. So is it a piece of junk? Well, for $1,000 it is. But, and that's 20 years ago. That's an awful lot of money. It's a lot of money to me. I don't know about you. That's a lot of money to me. And considering this thing is just all plastic except for the tender, the instructions are messed up. I mean, listen, what can I say? Yes, it's pretty detailed. It works. It looks nice. It actually went around twice. All right, that's about it. We'll go on to the next engine now.